All right, so here's a cool online lesson I just did with a pretty good player that I knew back when I was in Texas. So first things first, when we look at this, we can see backline is off a little bit, 146. We need to see that closer up here to about the 150 range because a lot of times this throws off balance and it's harder to move the rib cage, which in his case, this is exactly what happened. Guy's got a really good takeaway. And from here, what you're going to start to notice is we're going to start to see pressure shifting forward due to the balance loss of the spine. So here he starts to shift into his toes. We can see the head is starting to come forward. You'll notice the shaft is very vertical. Not that that's a bad thing as long as we can load it in the transition. But when we watch what he does, he actually starts to steepen, and you can see he's actually pulling this down inside a ball line. So as he's continuing to move the handle this way, we can see there's a big gap between the plane and where the club is right here. And so ironically, he struggles with hitting poles. Okay, so I'm going to show you what we fixed when we go to this next video. So we started with the setup, so we can see we got the setup up here closer to 150. Balance looks much better right here. And what we did now that he's leveled out the pelvis more here, we're starting to feel like the left rib cage is working back and in towards the heel before the arms move. So as he starts to do this, see, there he goes. So now he's turned earlier. So now when this pressure is moving backwards, his head can no longer lean forward on top of the golf ball, and his right knee cannot shift pressure into the ball of his foot early. So from here, now we can see the head stays more on plane, and what we worked on right here is now we're going to start loading a little more pressure here into this trail wrist. And when he loads the pressure into that trail wrist and starts to change direction, this club now starts to lay down way more outside of ball line, so it's a lot more shallow. And he can continue turning and then start to unload the arms down here at P6. And we can see this golf ball is starting way more on line, and he's in a much better position balance-wise to here. So this was a pretty cool session. So all we did, we fixed the setup. We started to work this left rib cage in to create left bend and also get pressure shifting towards the heel with rotation. And then we loaded the club into more extension here of the right wrist and relaxed the left hand a lot more in the transition to get that club to lay down more efficiently. So I hope this helps everybody. If you have any questions, please let me know.